What's up, y'all? Back with another video. So yeah, got on my sweatshirt in the house today. It's actually pretty cold here in Connecticut. Um, just turned September and it's already like 50 degrees out. So not looking forward to the next few months as far as the weather, but definitely looking forward to the next few months as far as crypto. So today, I just want to talk about something real quick. One other thing I want to say is this, I don't, I hope you guys realize this isn't a crypto news channel. It's really just me putting my thoughts out, talking through some things, even to myself. And here's the Ashy. And yeah, and that's it. So it's not a crypto news channel. There's some great crypto news channels out there. If you want to follow the news, I recommend Crypto with a Zero. He really puts together the best content, I think, as far as news, and covers pretty much the majority of what you need to know. Then you can go and research further from there. But today I want to talk about Bitcoin babies, or let's call it crypto kids. I don't know what I'm gonna name this video. So I've been in this space a little over a year now. Once you're in the space of crypto for about a year, you've pretty much seen it all, I would think. From in this last year, we went from $700 to up to almost 5,000 a couple days ago. Now we're around 4,600 or something, 4,500. And it just seems like what I do is I usually join a lot of these groups as far as on Facebook, and mostly on Facebook I'm talking about now, because the Slack channels, people are pretty knowledgeable and involved. But on Facebook, if you're in any of these crypto groups where people are discussing just crypto in general, or specific coins, or asking for advice, you get a lot of these same questions out. And the one thing I've been noticing lately is a lot of people are in fear over this recent downturn. And I don't see anything different than the other 20 downturns we've taken this year, or when the SEC ruled they weren't going to have a Bitcoin ETF, the market dumped and went to 700-800 and then recovered. I think at some point we have to realize this is just part of the cycle. It's actually the best way to make money, a great way to make money. I have majority of my coins on hardware wallets, so I don't trade as much. If I do trade, it's usually swing trade. But when Bitcoin hit 4,900 this past few days, I really thought about transferring it over to one of these exchanges just for a little while, just because I knew it would, pull back a little bit. A few days ago, we hit 4,000, and now a week or two later, we're hitting 5,000. And people seem to be confused on why it's pulling back, or why other cryptocurrencies are pulling back. So I'm also in some Facebook groups for OMG, the OMG's Go coin, and Neo. And it's the same things. People join these groups, and they just ask, should I buy this? When should I buy? The basic rules that you just want to follow is buy when people are in fear. So these last couple of days, when people are in fear of new regulations with China and ICOs, when they're in fear of Russia banning certain aspects of cryptocurrency, or creating their own, it seems like those are the best times to buy. When people are fighting about the Bitcoin fork, when it dropped to 1,800, for a few hours or hour or two or a few minutes, whatever it was. that was the best time to buy. So I just see a lot of new people coming into the space, and you're buying at the top when people are ecstatic about a coin, and then you wonder why you lose 20% of your value over the next couple of days or week or two. It's because you bought at the top, and it's the top. You know, it can only come down. It's a top for a reason. So from there, it's going to come down. I think if you're new, you got to focus on coins that don't have hype as of yet, which may have some rumblings, which may be causing some interest to occur, but hasn't had its pump. If you're buying on pumps, you know, you're going to lose 20% in the next couple of days after the pump. So just for new people, I would just suggest you get used to this. Get used to it. It's going to take a long time, a few months at least, for you to get used to these waves. It happens often. You just got to ride it. If you're feeling ecstatic about what I began to think is, when you're feeling ecstatic about your account, when you're pulling out the calculator, adding up how much you have, or here or there, or what it could be if it goes a little bit more, or you're just, in shock of how fast or high it's going, those are the times when you sell. And the times when you buy are when people are in absolute fear of it going completely down. And that's the risk, It may continue to go down after you buy. But, that's just my experience with crypto in general. If you can catch some of these down days and wait a week or two, that's really what it's about. Like, you got a lot of people are upset over a loss or losing money in the short term. But if you're looking even long term, which is not even really long term in crypto, I'm saying 6 months, a year from now, 2 years from now, these small blips will be nothing. Just like the small blip from 1200 to 800, or the small blip from 2000 to 1600, or whatever it was. Those are all small blips, distant memories now, and all we can think about is that 5,000 number, and that's just going to continue. So when people are selling, when every coin is red, because there'll be some days like that where every coin is red on, whatever site you're looking at, those are the buying opportunities, and that's really when you should be taking advantage of it. I'm not buying into crypto as much as I was before. I really bought in a lot earlier this year, beginning of 2017. So I'm really just trying to diversify my portfolio now and take advantage of these gains as they occur. So I went in and bought some. What did I buy yesterday? We Trust. I bought some We Trust coin. It's fairly cheap. It's think it's starting to build a little bit of hype. Had a pump the other day, but it was still cheap enough. If I'm looking to hold for 6 months or a year, then it's worth it. And that's what I think. Like, even if you catch it after a pump and it dips, and then you may buy it before it dips all the way to the bottom. You'll probably buy it before it all the way dips to the bottom. That's fine if you're looking to hold for a year. So I bought some We Trust coin. Vitalik's on the advisory board. Has a decent supply. I think a few hundred million. I didn't look at it. I did some research last night. I looked at the site, and it seems to have a good premise. It would probably be something I would utilize maybe if I, with some of the options they're going to have with peer-to-peer lending and these group savings. I forget what they call them off the top of my head, where you input a certain amount of money and you'll get it back either at the end of the year or the beginning of the year. As a group, you input a certain amount of money and then it breaks up. But basically, just look at the site. It's pretty interesting. I've seen those types of things going on other times, and I think it's interesting to input it into the crypto space. So yeah, I bought a few of those coins last night because it was a red day, and I like to buy something on a red day. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much where we're at now. Just, you know, if you're crying about the 20% loss today, or you put in at the top of the market on this coin or that coin, you just gotta wait. You know, either wait or sell. You know, you can't sell for something else that you think may go up faster. But you know, I wouldn't do that. You know, if you bought it, you should have bought it for a reason. You should be willing to hold it for through these little bumps, because they're gonna happen. There's gonna be days where everything is down 20%, especially when you've gone up, you know, 400 or 500% over the last 2 weeks. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much my spiel for today. I appreciate y'all taking time to watch the video. Follow me on Instagram at legal_Jones. Subscribe down below if you haven't. We're almost at 300 subscribers. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna try and do something. Maybe I'll start doing some type of something. I don't know. Comment below what you guys think I should do. Giveaway or something for new subscribers every week or every day. What do you guys think? Give me some ideas if you can. But yeah, subscribe below. Hit me with a like if you can. And y'all keep buying that crypto.